Hi guys, and welcome back. Our mission, your life on your terms, no one else's. Your terms, that's it. So, today I want to talk about how to always have enough money. It seems to be a common thing, I guess, that a lot of people feel they don't, and it could be for a variety of reasons, of course. And there are only two ways. If you feel like you don't have enough money, pay attention, feel you don't have enough money. That's one thing. Having is a completely different thing. I'm going to talk about both of them. Anyway, so if you feel you don't have enough money, there's two things you can do. One, make more money. But looking at statistics, a lot of people do make more money, but there's never enough. For some reason, it's just disappearing. So even if you ask someone with a high income, they might still say, I don't have any money, I never have any money. And then you ask someone who has very little income, and they would say, I don't know, I always have money, never any problems, I always have money. Difference is what they do, how they handle and how they take care of their money, or they actually don't take care of their money whatsoever. But the one thing that you can do, increase your income, but it's no guarantee that it will mean automatically you have money. It might mean you have a higher income, more money coming in, but if you're spending it as fast, you might be in the same position saying, I never have any money, right? But you can make income, make more money one way or another, or passive income ideally. Let's talk more about that later. Passive income, you can increase, there's no ceiling. You can make as much money as you can comprehend and even more, right? So there's no limitation to how much you can actually make. The other thing, and where we all really should start, is work with what you have. We can only start where we currently stand, right? You can imagine having a gazillion or a million or a billion or whatever it is, but one, if you're not in control, if you can't take care of the money, you might still up feeling the same feelings. And in the end, it's the feeling that you want to have, that you always have enough. That's the feeling. So, focus is, today at least, how to work with what you have. And it's very, very simple. Let's say that you have, I don't know, $4,000, just a number, $4,000. The first thing obviously you need to be aware of is, where is my money going? Income, you know, 4,000 if you have a salary and that's your only income, no passive incomes or anything else, 4,000 bucks. Then you know. Taxman obviously taking his cut, that's okay, that's the way it is. And then you know what you have after tax. That is what you have to use. And if you look at your expenditures, how you spend your money, and we go through this in one of our training sessions that is still available online, you can actually go through what you spent and what you spent on over the last few months, and I'm pretty sure you will see a very, very clear pattern. So you can obviously then see, where's my money going, and are these the places where I want my money to go, or is there something, actually I've been buying junk for 700 bucks a month on average? Why do I do that? I feel I never have any money, but clearly I do have 700 bucks that is sort of disappearing and I have maybe nothing to show for it, which is not a good thing. So first thing, look at your income statement to take control. Awareness is one thing, and if you feel you don't have any money, awareness is obviously looking at it and saying, is it the case that I don't have any money? And if so, why? And income, expenditures, look at where the money is going. And then obviously never ever spend more than you have, because that might mean you end up in a really, really bad situation in terms of credit card debt, other types of debt, and that can be disastrous. There's separate sessions that we go through credit cards and how to use them and how not to use them, but I want you to use your income in a smart way, and that's where you start. That is your base, and if you take care of your base camp, it doesn't matter how much money is going to flow in, you will always have a great setup, which means your money will work for you. If you don't, it doesn't really matter how much money is coming your way, because for some reason it's just disappearing, and you might still feel, I never have enough money. And again, that's not what we want. We want you to feel, I have enough, you can do whatever you want, you might have to plan, you might have to save, but the mentality should still be, I can still do whatever I want. I just need to decide I want to do it, and then obviously think about how to accomplish just that. And if you take control of your money, that is for sure something you will be able to do. No doubt about that. So, income and expenditures, check them out, take control so you know where your money is going and decide how you want to use your money. Two, obviously, never spend more than the money you have coming in, and you will never have any problems because end of the month you will always have money in your pocket and not the other way around, right? And always save. A portion of your salary should always be saved, ideally invested, but first save like a savings account so you build up a little bit of a buffer. And when you do that, you can look at your account on your phone every time you don't feel you have any money. Just check it out, say, actually I do have money. And every month you're putting in a little bit extra, a little bit extra, a little bit extra. Two ways doing this. One, look at your expenditures and what you've spent and say, actually, those $500-600 that I've been spending on some random shit that I don't have anything to show for, it didn't mean anything. Now they're still, I don't know, they're in the closet or whatever. Stop doing that. That's the money you can put aside. Or if you say, there is nothing, there's no slack, I don't have anything that I can put aside. I would still challenge you to say, what if the government came to you, knocking on the door saying, we have a new tax, an income tax. You make income and they say, it's 10% of your salary. Boom. What do? You argue, you bitch, you shout, you cry, you do whatever. But in the end, surprise, you'll have to pay. Most likely, fingers crossed, this is not going to happen. But what I'm challenging you to do is to say, actually, let's say that there is a wealth tax. I'm imposing a tax on myself. 10% of my salary, without the tax man, 10% of my salary is going into my investment account or my savings account. And once you've done that, because you know you can, once you've done that, it happens automatically. You put it away as a standing order, so it happens every month, every 1 month. Which means you will be adapting. You created a habit that you don't even think about because it's happening for you. These kind of habits are super important. I want you to have great and outstanding habits like all successful people do. Not some habits you haven't even thought about. They just happen to become habits because you do the same thing again and again and again without thinking about what you're doing and how you're doing things. I want you to create perfect habits. This is one of them. That's the one. The other one is understand investments. You need to start understanding the language of money because every wealthy person has multitudes of investments and passive income. And if they have money in their pockets or in the bank or whatever, they won't invest in because they want the money to work for them to generate more money or income, increasing their assets. And the same thing goes for you because if you never learn the language, there will always be someone either taking advantage or when you hear someone talking about pension, pension, that shouldn't be the case. Because if you feel like that now, how do you think you're going to feel when you're 65, 70 or 75 and you're supposed to retire and you still say, pension, and someone tells you, yeah, and you will have $620 a month. Oh, but my expenditure is like $3,000 a month. Yeah, but you didn't look at it for 40 years or 30 years or 20 years or whatever it is. And that's why it's so important. Learning the language of money and just the basics. It's like riding a bike. You learn the basics, you get up, you fall a little bit, you learn how to use the pedals, maybe you add some gears or whatever, you can use the handle brakes and so forth. And then if someone tells you, can you just bike using one arm? Yay! You can. Same thing with money. It might sound hard and might sound like a lot of jargon, whatever, financial language, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the basics, once you learn that, it's easy to add some small minor things, right? And when you understand the basics, the universe opens. Because then all of a sudden you have a lot of opportunities and everything is available dirt cheap at the moment. In a sense, it's easy to be invested in different kinds of assets. So investing in understanding makes it more appealing. And the more money you have in your account, the more I think you would want it to work for you. So actually you make more money, more cash flow, whilst working less. That's the beauty of passive income, where you can spend your time the way you want. So have a strategy and always be learning. Ever heard the expression, earners are learners? It's true. Earners are learners and learners are earners. Same thing. Do you know someone who's really knowledgeable, intelligent, smart, and actually take action? Because if you don't, it doesn't matter how fucking smart you are, you have to take action. But the people who continuously learn, they gain more knowledge, more skills, and they're obviously more adaptable. And those are the people who will get opportunities because people know they're smart, they learn, they're doers. And that's what I want you to do. Always be learning, because you know the more you learn, the more you will earn. And the more you earn, the more you learn, because you want to use the money for something. Maybe you want to invest in different companies. Maybe you want to start your own company. I don't know. But always be learning. So, the key things, that section in terms of the money as such, work with what you have. Create great habits, a structure. One of the key things, never spend more than you make and you'll never have any financial problems. It should be a priority not to do that. If you want to spend more, make more money first. Don't put yourself in debt. Make more money. You can always make more money. Take control over what you have. So don't spend it, and decide where it's supposed to go, where you want it to go. That's instrumental. And we have a session on that one. We call it the buckets, where we want you to look at your income and decide in advance, where's my money going? Is it going to personal growth? Is it going to my financial freedom account? Is it going to contribute to others who have it, well, even less money? Or what is it? Where's the money supposed to go? And if you do that continuously, you automate it. It's happening for you. Every month, you know, boom, 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 boom. It just happens. And the key thing is the savings account, because the mental part of knowing that you have money is super important, because every time you have a little thought saying I can't afford or I don't have the money, well, actually just fucking look at your bank account. You'll know I have money and I'm adding more every month, so I can do and I can buy whatever. But maybe it's not a priority because your financial security is more important than that new bag or whatever it might be, right? So go through what you have, work with what you have, take control, automate a savings. If you can't afford a saving, again, think about it as if the government came, slapped you with a tax bill. Do that. If not, if you still there's absolutely no way I can put away 1 single cent, fine. Get a side hustle, get another job, do something so that you can put something aside, creating financial security, because it will impact you, the way you think, the people around you, which means your family, your kids. They will think the same way as you do, and the way you express yourself, that's how your kids will feel about money. And I bet you want them to feel good about money, not panicking, feeling financial stress. No, you want them to feel good about money, learn about money, because from very young age until we get super old, potentially pass away, we have to deal with money. And if we put money completely aside, and as I said initially, having enough money, always having enough money, always having enough is a feeling. I guess to you, to me, it's the same. Yes, we want to have a roof over our head, food on the table, clothing and so forth, but otherwise, the most important things in life are actually free. Your mind, your soul, your spirit, your character, love, your relationships. What is more important? Having the newest phone or having close friends? Going to the fancy restaurant? Or again, spending time with the people you love? So, how to always have enough? Yes, you need the basics in terms of the money, work with what you have, but also realize and appreciate that most of the things in life that are truly valuable, they are for free, and when they're gone, they're gone. You can never get them back. Money, you can always make more money, but if you screw up a relationship, if you fuck up your reputation, if you have a poor character, and everybody knows, that will take a very long time to change. So remember, those things that are for free, make sure you have control, nurture them, take care of them, appreciate them, and be grateful for what you have and what you can add there. And in the financial space, start training your brain, creating some great habits, because when you do, they happen automatically, and that is how you always will have enough.